Every year, ABC 10 hosts the annual Teacher of the Year event where we shine a light on the phenomenal teachers in our community who go above and beyond for their students. Mike Lobitz is our 2021 Teacher of the Year winner, and we're thrilled to have you on the show today, Mike.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so we have to mention, not only were you awarded the coveted title of Teacher of the Year, but you heard the announcement come from actor Anthony Anderson. Let's take a look at that really quick.
Hey, this is Anthony Anderson, and I want to say congratulations to Mike Lobitz on being the ABC 10 Esquire IMAX Teacher of the Year. One of 9 teachers that are being honored throughout the year? Okay, Mike, congratulations. And congratulations to your school, Sandra Day Gallardo Elementary. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Is it Gallardo? Mike.
Okay, Anthony, did he get the school name correct? I have to know that.
It's pretty close. It's Sandra Day Elementary School, but to be quite honest, the way that he said it is now going to kind of live on and on and on. I must have heard every rendition of that over the last few days. Thank you so much, Anthony, for naming the school for all of us.
Well, I mean, and we have to ask you, I mean, what was your reaction like when hearing that you were awarded Teacher of the Year? I mean, there were so many phenomenal teachers, and you're being recognized for the hard work that you do. What was that feeling like?
Yeah, it's flattering, absolutely flattering, because really what it boils down to is that this is a bit of recognition from the students and the parents, and they have to put together the form to fill it out online and say some nice things about you, enough to be recognized by whoever is putting together the program and whatnot, and then to have it screened by the education department at Sac State. So now you've got the academics in on it. It just kind of comes rolling back to you. It's like, I'm flattered. The respect, the appreciation, it's a wonderful feeling.
Oh, that is great to hear. And we were looking at some of the photos, but tell us a little bit more about your 5th grade class and why you enjoy teaching them.
I think 5th grade is kind of the sweet spot. The smarter than grader. It's kind of like this line in the sand. Their point right now where they're ready to still be molded, because when they go on to middle school, their peers oftentimes speak more to them than, say, the teachers and the parents. So it's kind of the last chance for you to kind of affect some change in their lives. And to be quite honest, we do all sorts of activities where we have opportunities to share on different things like patience and expectations and trust and things of that nature. And they are 10-year-olds can, when they want to be, show off their wisdom. And I just think, again, that being in 5th grade, it's a great place to affect change for people on the way up.
I agree. And Mike, so how long have you been a teacher for now?
Yeah, so this is my 29th year of teaching, and when I say that out loud to the parents at back to school nights and things of that nature, I kind of sit there and go, my goodness, I've been doing this for more than half my life. It's kind of crazy.
And what made you want to become a teacher? What inspired that for you?
Yeah,
it looks like
I've always been working with kids ever since I was younger. I mean, I would be the 9-year-old that was working with the 5- and 6-year-olds. And I just kind of I felt like I was always good at that. I didn't really want to go into teaching. Yeah. I wanted to go into television, strangely enough. And then when that I could tell that wasn't going to be my calling, decided to turn it around and get a child psychology degree to learn how people work. If you're going to work with this clientele, if you're going to work with children, you kind of have to know what makes them tick. And then once I kind of got that under my belt, the teaching part is actually pretty easy for me. It's trying to get to know the kids. And so being able to work with them keeps you young, keeps you on top of what the latest, greatest things are. And then later on in life, these guys come back and they see you, and it's very gratifying to see like the fruits of your labor and their labor.
Well, and just being that you're a teacher that has inspired your students, could you maybe point out a teacher that inspired you when you were a student?
So I'm lucky. I still am in contact with a lot of my high school friends. Shout out to the Big Rascals. But we got together a couple weeks ago, and we unanimously said the same person was a guy named Jim Johnson, who was their 5th grade teacher, but my 9th and 11th grade history teacher, and just made it a lot of fun for us, a lot of anecdotes about history, and made it interesting. And I always go back and I think, like, what was my inspiration? Like, why do I really want to be a teacher? And I think back to the way that he taught us and made something that most people would think is kind of unpalatable and dry and boring. And he made it very interesting, so much so that even 30 some odd years later, we sit down and we still talk about this man with high reverence, that he was the best teacher that we think we all had when we were in school.
I feel like that's so important too, especially for students, young students, when you're learning subjects maybe that you're not very familiar with or don't show interest in. Having a teacher that can make it fun just helps make that experience so much more better for everyone. So you have obviously made an impact on your students, but I know kids also teach us a thing or two in return. What would you say you have learned from your students throughout the years?
You know, I think when you get into the teaching gig, everything is very concrete. There's only one way to do things. You're trying to follow all these teaching manuals. You're trying to figure out how to do the job. But I've learned over the years that there is no right or wrong way to do things. And so I oftentimes show the kids a way that, like when I'm teaching math, for example, I say, well, this is the way that I would do it. Are there any other ways that you think you could do it?
Yeah.
And they show me these other methods of getting to the answer that are mathematically sound. I go, that's brilliant. I would have never have thought that, or that's a totally different way to do it. There's no right or wrong way to do things, and to have fun. You have to have fun while you're doing these things. If you can learn and have fun, kind of like if you can find a job that you love, that's going to set you up for the long run. So have fun, whistle while you work. Yeah, it is work, but I tell my kids flat out, we're going to work hard, but then we're going to play hard. When we have an opportunity to go outside and be together, we're going to enjoy our times.
Well, Mike, I have great appreciation for all that you do. Congratulations on winning Teacher of the Year. Teachers hold a spot near and dear to my heart. My dad was formerly a teacher and retired, so thank you for all that you do in inspiring the students that you work with. And if you know of a deserving teacher who should be nominated as one of our Teacher of the Months, visit abc10.com. Who knows, they could even win the coveted title of Teacher of the Year.